Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. Thanks so much for watching this. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, just hit that bell button. It'll tell you when I go live. I go live, at once a day here. Oop, we got some sound here we gotta turn off here. Anyways, we go live or post a new video every day at 3:30, so you'll get those notices. But what I want to talk to you today about is it's my fourth Red Friday in a row. Hey Keith, what's going on? What's going on? If you don't know what Fridays are the UVH family chat, where I want to sit down, talk to everybody, meet you guys. If you're part of our options trading group, I posted in there that we do a Friday family chat. Just want to meet everybody. If you're not yet a member of our options trading group, the link is actually below, where you can join. It's free. It's on Facebook. We're all in there. I post all my trades in there throughout the week and throughout the day, and just give updates throughout the day as well as answer any questions. Hey, what's going on in crypto? Hope you guys did good this week. So what I want to talk about here is kind of go through some things on what I did good, what I did wrong. Fridays have not been my thing. Today, as you can see, down in the day, I was down 276 on the day. Now I'm still, thankfully, I'm still green on the day, green on the week. You know, I had some really good trades. I was green every day this week except for Friday. Yesterday, I think I had, last week I had three green days, one red day, being a Friday. But a couple things here. One of my biggest losers was Goldman Sachs, and one of the things on that. What's going on, Algo? What's up, crypto? Goldman Sachs. One of my mistakes here. I thought there was going to be continuation down, so I put a strangle on, and it didn't go down. It just stayed the same. And I knew I overpaid for the options, so that was my biggest option. I should have closed it out at open, and it definitely wouldn't have been as big of a loss. I would have probably been down 100 on the position. So you know, that's my biggest regret this week is this Goldman Sachs trade. And Goldman Sachs is not a very big mover, as you can see. It only moves in the thousands and not even the millions. As you can see, like BABA down here moves in the millions, or AMD moves in the millions, and I had, you know, MU, Micron moving the millions. Crypto Vin, what's up? Welcome to UVH. So Goldman Sachs was my biggest regret of the week, my biggest risk of the week, and it didn't end very, very good for me. As you can see, it just ended up flat today, which we didn't need. The other thing is here, let's see here, Alibaba, I made a lot of money on this week, except for this trade didn't work out. And as you can see, we closed down 79 cents. I needed a little bit more movement. Had a lot of movement today. Probably should have closed this one out as well. I had 167.50 calls. Didn't close that out, so definitely was a regret for today. And you know, I recently switched my strategy, which has caused me to win a lot more during the week, but for some reason it is sacrificing my Friday. So I don't know how you guys have been doing on Friday, but my Fridays have been terrible with the strategy that I have with the political events and things that are going on. You know, all week I'm good, and then the last 4 Fridays have just been sucking it. And it's not that I'm losing big yet. No, it's not good. It doesn't feel good to lose 276 on the day. You know, I didn't blow my whole week, thankfully. So I didn't blow my whole week. I didn't blow all my gains. I did blow all my gains that I made yesterday, though, which is unfortunate because I had a really good day yesterday, and I pretty much just gave those back. AMD, small loser, but yesterday I had a 300% winner on that one, so that one I'm still good on that. Then I fought back on Tesla. I fought back a little bit today. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're a new trader. It's a bit risky. And what I did was I put a strangle on today when it dipped down here at the 294, and then on this spike here I sold it for about 50% profit. So I made some money back. So that was my last trade of the day. As you can see, I didn't really do a whole lot here. So yeah, I bought the strangle for $1, sold it back at $1.55 here. Bought it back. So made about 50% on that. So that feels good kind of going into Monday, that I did have my final trade was a winning trade, but On Fridays, I think I'm going to shift my strategy where a while ago I used to have something called Theta Thursdays, where on Thursdays I would sell a lot of premium. And recently I've been buying a lot more premium just because there's been a lot of good deals out, minus like this Goldman Sachs trade. I probably overpaid for that. But I used to have something called Theta Thursdays, where on Thursdays I have been selling premium, and maybe I'll go back to Theta Thursdays, where on Thursdays I'll load up on a bunch of premium instead of buying premium, because the last 4 Fridays I've been kind of heavier on the premium buying, and that has not worked out. This is a good example though to show you how strong Theta is, especially on expiration day, because I feel like I had some good trades on, but when the market doesn't want you to do what you want it to do, Theta's gonna eat that pretty hard. So that's a really good example on why you don't want to like YOLO on a Friday or go crazy on a Friday. So crypto, he's been even for 2 weeks. I learned this week picking pricing is so critical. Yeah, pricing is key. Getting good pricing on your options determines if you're successful or not successful. And a lot of times, if you look hard enough, you'll find stuff that's overvalued or undervalued. And when it's undervalued, buy premium. If it's overvalued, sell the premium. 7-day options. No more trading on expiration Friday. Yep, I am next week, probably for the next 2 weeks, I will not be having anything go into Friday until I kind of can realign my account here on Fridays. I'm still up on the week, but it really sucks to give those back on Friday, give back some gains on a Friday. I mean, it doesn't make you feel good going into the weekend. I mean, Tesla did have a nice 50% winner right at close. But I definitely wouldn't recommend anyone to really trade that aggressively. I just saw an opportunity for a quick flip, kind of a low risk trade, and I took the opportunity. And glad that I sold it right away because it came back down, and I probably would have lost money on it going into power hour here. It was in between my strikes. Crypto, I only 5 contracts per week, still learning. Yeah, well, take it slow, man. Like there's a lot of people here that are trading big and then they lose it. So you don't want to trade big, and people notice when my trades are, I'm trading 1 to 2 contracts at a time, because I just trade a lot, and I don't necessarily think that you need to trade like 10 contracts at a time to be successful, because if you're wrong on that trade, it's going to really hurt. So what I look for is low risk, high reward opportunities in the market. Crypto Vin, he bought 3 $10 calls on Cron Thursday. So far so good. Strong close, didn't sell, hoping for 11. Yeah, I haven't been trading the wheat stocks, as you guys know. I've posted a couple of videos on it. I just think the premium is way too high, way too expensive, and the moves are just too big. I don't understand where the wheat stocks are going, so I don't think would like to learn about the Iron Condor. Iron Condor, you sell it just to you sell premium when you believe that the stock is going to be neutral. So if you believe the stock is going to be the same price or in between your strikes by expiration, is a trade that you would want to put on. So you'd be looking for sideways movement, like on like somewhere in here. Like if you look at Twitter, so for a full month it moved like sideways here, is what you'd be looking for. Oliver, practice with paper trading before using real money. You don't need to pay tuition early. Yep, always paper trade. If you're losing constantly in the market and you're new, paper trade until you become profitable, and then start making some real money trades. You definitely don't want to. Crypto Vince says Cron isn't expensive. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, I don't. Cron, if you look at the. This is not a good example because that's done. I just think the options are overpriced for single-digit stock. That's all. I mean, sure, it can move big, but I mean today only moved 27 cents. It's just hard to make money on that. I like Strangle and wheat stocks. I have no clue why it moved higher or lower, but it moves crazy every day. Yeah, the wheat stocks. What I was telling you guys is like, yeah, you can make good gains, but like on Tilray, I think it was. It had a 8% down move today, but these puts are only up. These puts are only up 10-20%. I mean, there's a lot better opportunities out there, I feel, And to pay this premium, look at this. I mean, $15, $14, and then the bid and ask is so wide. I mean, it's just, you know, I don't see where the risk to reward is here. I don't see it. I mean, maybe if you guys caught it early, I think that you can do it. You know, I think that was fine because the options weren't overpriced, like probably down in here. You know, no, I mean, there was pretty good movement, 20 to 30, pretty good, but, you know, it wasn't going doubling every day. You know, doubled from August to September, and these are just huge. You know, it's just very risky. I guess it depends. I don't see the risk to reward and how it's beneficial. I bought some Tesla call. 7-day option says I bought some Tesla calls, 195 strike options yesterday that expired today. Even though it was right, I still lost 75% of that trade. Yeah, 7-day options. That's what I was talking about, the theta. So if you're looking at, let's go to Tesla, you know, and this is kind of where I've been getting screwed. So I was saying that I used to have something called Theta Thursday where it'd sell a lot of premium on Thursday, and I'm probably going to go back to that because as you can see, all of the puts. Oh, you had a call. Sorry. You had the 295 strike, I'm guessing. Did you have calls? But if you look at on expiration day, every single one of the puts has lost money. I know we did go up. All of these lost money, and then this lost 60%, 90%. This is at 295. So you have the 295. Let's see here. Oh, you had. Let's see. I think you had the 295s. Yeah, I mean, this theta is just going to eat away at that option, and as it goes into, you know, it accelerates into the close and into the expiration date. So, you know, one of the things that I did wrong today is I should have closed out all my positions that didn't gap up or anything like that. All the positions that I was a premium buyer in, like I should have closed GS. I was only down 100 and on this position overall, and then I closed it out. You know, it's 220 at max loss. You know, it's not good. So at open today, if nothing gapped up or anything, I should have took all that money. Alibaba, I should have took all that money. Even if you lose, you should have taken it off. It's better than a max loser. You know, but as long as you're learning from your trading strategies, like I'm learning every day or every Friday, I tweak the strategy. So you're gonna lose. Like even the best traders in the world, I'm not saying I'm the best trader in the world, but I'm saying, you know, you could be 90% win rate, you're still gonna have a 10% losing rate. You're still gonna lose sometimes. It just make sure that your wins are you know more than your losses is really what you want to do. CryptoVin, what other stocks do you recommend? Apple, AMD, Tesla. What I've been trading lately is Tesla. I've been trading BABA. I've been trading MU, AMD. I don't think I'm going to trade GS for a little bit. However, the GS chart does look kind of good here. It just kind of moves kind of slow. Not really my thing. I like to trade Amazon, Netflix. I'm more heavy on the tech stocks. As you can see, like my watch list over here has mostly tech stocks here. Hamed says, I learned from Nick bid and ask us something to pay attention. My EA goes up crazy, but nobody was buying that high. Yeah, EA, actually I was interested in EA, but their options, I think this is a good trade down here. I just don't know when it's going to go up again. I mean, I think it looks like it wants to go up at some point, but you know, if I was going to buy some, if I was going to do something here, well, premium's kind of low. You know, premium's kind of low right now. You know, I would say maybe buy some. Let's see what October's going for, or November, on EA. Let's see October. You know, the 125s aren't bad here. The 125 calls here, not looking bad. You only got 35, and once this hits like within 30 days, Theta's going to eat these a lot if we don't get some movement. So you might want to look at the Novembers. You know, when I go far out, look, when I buy premium far out, I only look at the monthlies. I don't look at the weeklies. You know, this is not bad up in here. You know, 63 days out, maybe the 135s. You know, if we get a $10 move up, if we go back up to 120, 125. you know, if you go to 120, 125, the 135 should be worth like 150, 180 or so. So that might be something to look at for Monday. What's your strategy going into Monday? So my decks are going to be pretty cleared. I'm actually going to have no trades on for the first time in a while, just because I actually went a little bit heavier on this Friday than I normally do. Usually I'm not going into Fridays this heavy, and I probably shouldn't have. I thought I tweaked my strategy for this Friday, so that's why I went a little heavier, but that did not seem to be the case. So Monday I'm gonna be clear to trade. I don't actually have anything on the agenda. The one thing that I would be looking at is you know, seeing where SPX goes. The S&Ps seems like we're kind of getting high here, and depending on the trade news, I mean, pretty much everything circling right now is trade news and that, because that's the only thing that's really been moving the market down or up. That's the only reason why we have, I think the only reason why we have volatility right now is because of the trade news. Do I ever trade SPY options? I do trade them. I do prefer to sell premium in SPX though when I'm making a trade, but I do trade SPY. I just feel that there's other stocks sometimes it's easier to make money in other stocks than on SPY. This would have been a nice drop to catch today if you were trading SPY. Let's see, what did it drop by? We went from 291 to 290. It's a nice drop, but I have a better win ratio in other stocks such as Baba, Amazon, Google, Tesla. So today when I put a day trade on, that's why I day traded Tesla, is because I found an opportunity in there real quick to make some quick money into that. So it was a nice 50% winner on that, but saved me some of my losses, but didn't erase them all. Who else is here? Anybody? Where are you guys from? So, you know, that's pretty much it. Like on Friday, so I'm going to probably be next Friday not going to be trading. And as you can see, I didn't really open any. I didn't actually do anything today. I did do that Tesla trade. I closed this MU call because MU was testing this 44.50. I had a 44.50 call, so that's why I closed it out. It was a small loser on MU, but I made some good money in there yesterday, so you know, kind of balances out. So pretty much what I made yesterday was given back today. So that that definitely doesn't make me feeling good about the weekend. But I did have a nice trade going into the weekend. Does that mean close on Friday or Thursday once the market is about to close? Does that mean close on Friday or Thursday once the market about? So what I mean by not trading on Friday is I'm going to so anything that I can take off on Thursday, I will take off if I can. Now, if it's a trade that's kind of borderline making money, but what I'm going to try to do is not have anything on Friday expire on Friday for next week. And if I do have it expire on Friday, maybe it will be some premium that I'm selling, just because when you sell premium, you're looking for that theta burn, and nothing like a Thursday theta burn. Let's see here. Hamed says QCOM or TWLO. Let's check these guys out here. Ugh. Yeah, it's hard for me to trade these kind of stocks. 52-week highs. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. So for next week, I mean, let's see. It did gap up pretty good here. I don't know the reason why it would gap up here, but looks like it's just kind of been a slow burner. It might be good to sell some puts in here, but it could also come back from 75 down to 70. So I'd say you just got to be careful about that. Hey Dallas, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. TWLO. Yeah, this one's just a low volatility grind up here, which makes selling premium hard. But looks like the IV is low here, so it's probably going to get some good deals here. Let's see here. Hamed, good looking out for some deals. Yeah, I mean, you could do something here. I guess you'd have to pick a direction, because putting on a strangle on or something like that is probably going to be too expensive for some moves. I mean, if you were going to do something, you know, I would be looking for it to break this high of 87.91 or retracement down to 80, kind of what happened here. You know, hit the high, then retracted to 80. Looks like it double bottomed here down at 80, and then we're headed back up. Thanks for your. Do you ever do deep out of the money strangles on Amazon, Google that expire the same week? I do not. I do not. I prefer, so when I trade, I prefer to do something closer to in the money, mainly because your rate of success is going to be higher. Sure, yes, if you look at Amazon, you know, let's say for next week. So if I did like deep out of the money, you know, it's still gonna cost you a lot of cash. But if you look in, let's look at puts here. If you look here, this is the probability. This column right here is the probability of it being in the money. Now this changes obviously as the stock moves, so this will change. But if I buy something down here, so if I say, okay, let's say I buy this 1927.50 put, you know, the likelihood of it going down here, the probability of it being in the money is 27%. So when you're buying premium, that's going to be tough. And to get a $100 swing, yeah, sure, Amazon does move $100 a week, you know. But this week it only moved. Let's see here. What day did the week start on? I think the week started on the 10th. So the stock only moved $40 this week. It went from 1930 to 2000. That's a $70 swing, but then retracted back $30 here, so it's down 70. So from week beginning to start to week end, only moved $40. I mean, I just don't. I think it's too much risk for small reward, and that goes for any stock. Like, I don't really try to buy deep out of the money calls or puts, or far. It's called far out of the money, not deep. Deep in the money. Deep would be in the money. Far out would be out of the money. I don't really buy far out of the money options. I prefer to concentrate on stuff that's closer and get good pricing, something that's in the money here, closer to in the money, because your probability goes up a lot. And if you're buying a strangle, obviously it's going to have to go one way or the other. You know, in terms of if you were to put a strangle on right here on Amazon, it would cost you, you know, close to $5,000. You would need it to move from this point. Let's say I bought a 1967.50 put here, and then I bought a 1970 call here. You know, I needed to move plus $25 in either direction, which seems like it has been happening. So it looks like, let's see, Amazon, yeah, IV's a little bit on the lower end here, so you could probably get you're good. How much is far out of the money strangle? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't really do far out of the money anything. I prefer to be where the action is, right at the money, right in the money, right at the money, or near the money. So, you know, for like, you know, BABA, for example, if I was putting a trade on next week, I'd probably be looking at a strangle at like 160 and 167.50, something like that. Or early in the week. Obviously on like Wednesday, if you put a trade on like Tuesday or Wednesday, you can tighten it up because these options will be cheaper. And also what I've been noticing, like on Fridays, last few Fridays, they just been burning the SATA. Like, there's a lot of movement today on SPX or S&Ps, but it only closed up 0.03%. If you look at some of these other ones, I mean, Alibaba I had another position on, and it was only down 79 cents. So like that really, if there's no movement, it really hurts you. Unless I wish instead of holding Alibaba into Friday, I wish I day traded it. So maybe next week I'll sell some premium, and then I will day trade on Friday if we get some nice movement like this. I usually buy them when they expire in a few days, like on Tuesday or Wednesday, and keep them for a few hours or maybe 24 hours. So yeah, most of my trades, I'm kind of in the same way. Most of my trades are swing trades, so I'll hold them for 24, 48 hours. Selling premium is different. Like Tesla, I was selling, I closed out some premium earlier this week. I sold some premium. I sold some puts that I closed out, I think, on Monday. You know, we had some nice action here. Monday, we had some. I closed some puts out, but I was holding those from the week before. So when you sell premium, you typically have to hold it a little bit longer, mainly because you got to use that theta to to your benefit. So you got to use theta to make more money on the trade. 7-day options. Was wondering if you tried that and how your success rate was. Yeah, I think I answered that. I made a lot on MU this week, but I got lucky looking into MU again next week. Yeah, MU was good to me. I did have a small position on today that I did lose on. What I like about this is that I think, well, the one problem here for buying options is the premium's going to be a little bit higher here. So if you're not right early in the week, you're probably going to get screwed on that. Like for a $40 stock, I mean, we're talking right near the money here. You know, almost $200 for a put, almost $200 for a call, and so on. So that's kind of pricey. But what it looks like it's happening here, this could return up to 50 or 46, and see if we can get past 46 here. Looks like it was support here in the past, but it has broke through the support. So if we can get through 46, I think, you know, clear skies ahead to 50. So MU is something high on my radar as well, whether I'm buying or selling some premium here. But right now the premiums are fat. Premiums are rich. So maybe what I will do is I'll sell some puts in this for next week and see what we can do with selling some puts. And then Chipotle, I don't know if you guys trade Chipotle that often. Lost a little bit, but that was a small loser because I actually closed out some puts that I sold on. So this initial Chipotle trade, this was on from 2 weeks ago. I bought this 510 call for like a buck or whatever. I sold some puts down in here, and then I was looking for some like a rip up to 520. And the rip never happened, so I lost. So I made $70 on the puts, and then I lost $100 on the call. So I ended up being a small loser of $30. So I know it seems like I lost more money on this trade, but this was part two of an initial trade that I put on. So I didn't actually lose $100 there on this overall trade. When I first put the trade on, I sold puts and I bought a call out there, and that's a good example for you 7-day is buying an out of the money option that was far out of the money. So that was like $30 away, and the risk was low. Like I only spent $100 on it, but as you can see, it just never got there. And I gave it 2 full weeks to get to where it needs to go, and it never got there. So that's the risk of buying like far out of the money options. If anybody else has any questions, put them below. Definitely enjoy meeting everybody here. If you're here, you're not part of our free option trading group, the link is below. We definitely would love to see you in there. I post all my trades in there, and I update throughout the day. So some days I'll post, I'll usually post what I'm doing in there. I'll post, you know, my initial trade ideas, and then any trades that I do throughout the day. So if I open or close a trade for profit or a loss, I'll put in there, because really what I'm trying to do is just that we can all learn and grow from each other, and that we all connect and you know, trade options successfully here. So, but anyways, this stream's getting a little bit long, so I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you so much for joining in here. Do you ever trade and day trade weeklies? Yep, I day traded some weeklies earlier in the stream. I day traded Tesla, Joey. Which was I told people that it was a high risk trade, not to take this trade if you don't know what you're doing. I bought down in here, sold it up here, and then it retracted. So that's a very risky trade to trade. I traded same day expiration options too. I didn't even buy next week. I I traded today's options that were expiring today. So if you don't get movement, you're definitely screwed, especially when there was only an hour left to go in the day. So that was a high risk trade, but it did pay off. I did make 50% on that. So you guys have a great weekend. Definitely appreciate every one of you. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, it's always us